My wife works in a social work type position and was hired as a consultant, basically, for the church where we attended together with our family 2 children. My entire family was groomed by a man who would later arguably sexually assault my wife. It gets complicated here, because she went back for more and an approximately year-long full-blown sexual affair took place. This was 2018. He was our pastor. Although I saw signs of issues, I believed her. There's a ton of other details I could go into, but I don't think they're really important for this post. I got the standard trickle truth, was told that he kissed her once in his office. I confronted him and he admitted it. I told him I'd give him a week to resign or I would take it to the church leadership. That week went by and he called my wife one last time to tell her that he was going to confess to all. So she had to immediately tell me about the larger, true story, or a great deal of it. On D-Day spring of 2020, I called the AP and raged for a few minutes. Said some things that I'm sure almost anyone would have. I didn't follow up on those words, but called a friend from work who came and picked me up so I wouldn't do anything stupid to ruin my career. My career is high-level law enforcement. Over the course of the next year, we've settled in with marriage therapy and each of us have our own personal therapist as well. We're pretty well supported and she wants to reconcile. She's done all the right things, absolute no contact and all. Opened her phone to me, etc. The AP was terminated from his pastoral job, costing him a decade of work and a really great position. He was also in danger of losing the girlfriend, fiancé he picked up shortly after my wife. I don't know if this is common or not, but it's relevant so here it goes. I struggled with a need to talk to him. I knew he had more information than I was being given and I wanted to ask him questions. I knew better to make any sort of threats at this point and didn't, but I did call or text him 10 minutes 12 times over the next year. He never responded. I didn't know if he had changed his number because it was paid by the church or his address also provided by the church, and I never bothered trying to physically find him. I also sent a few messages to members of his family, basically saying here's the truth about this guy. None of them ever responded or even indicated that they had read them. I guess as his wedding approached, I struck a nerve. Despite never responding to me, he suddenly did respond, with a threat to contact my agency to complain about my harassment. I responded to this threat by basically saying, okay, but keep in mind that this doesn't mean I'll ever forget what you've done. Of course, I haven't attempted to contact him again. A few days later I get called into a superior's office and ordered, officially, to have no contact with the AP or anyone involved with him. A few days after that, I was disempowered on an afternoon. This is by design, so I can't return to the office to change anything that might affect the investigation. All my equipment, firearms, building access cards, credentials, vehicle, etc. were taken. The complaint had been taken to internal affairs, and whatever the complaint was, it was enough that the brass decided I couldn't work while it was being investigated. That's the last I've heard of it. It's approaching 6 weeks of being at home, with pay, but without even being informed of what I'm being accused of. I've been told it may be months. I genuinely didn't do anything to this guy except try to contact him, and I'm sure I made physical threats to him over the phone well over a year ago on one occasion D-Day. So, the man who groomed and seduced my wife has now married a woman 10 years younger than him and the very week of his honeymoon, made an unknown complaint to my job that is being apparently taken very seriously. My career is in danger because my wife had an affair. I've never had trouble at work. I'm a good cop. I've been doing this a long time, and I might be taken down by the guy who literally screwed my wife for a year. It's been super stressful sitting at home while I'm being investigated. I have an attorney and various mental health professionals that have offered to speak on my behalf, that I did all the right things and I've seen them regularly and I've done nothing that damages my reputation as law enforcement. But it's all still hanging up in the air. Just needed to vent. I can't really explain to my coworkers why I'm under investigation because I didn't want to share info about the affair publicly. My family outside of my home has no idea I'm off work or any knowledge of the affair. All this drama, and a significant threat to my career because my spouse had an affair with a vindictive narcissist. Thanks for listening. Wife suddenly left me for another man, kicked me out of my house and moved him in, refuses to give me back my portion of the savings, or our monthly income. I'm homeless, no money, living with a friend. I need help. Having a really hard time, but I'll try to keep this short and to the point. My wife just kicked me out of our apartment and had her other lover move in who just came here on Daft. The lease is in our name, and she just added him to the registry for our address. Our landlord doesn't know. I'm currently homeless living with a friend, but that can't last long. I tried really hard to fix things, but she wants nothing to do with me, so any more communication on that end won't be helpful as that's why she blocked me in the first place. There's a lot of blame to be placed on me for why she broke up with me, controlling, manipulative, never physical or anything like that, and I'm going to get professional help. We were using her business account as a savings account. Most of the income I made went into it, some of hers went into it, but I see it equally as both ours. She locked me out of the account, which is her right. It's only in her name but refuses to give me my half of the savings, so I've lost a huge sum of money to get my life back on track. We both run a business online selling adult videos that we both were involved in filming with each other. She was the star performer, and I was the editor, marketer side performer that appeared in most of the videos. The videos were uploaded to her adult video accounts and she took away my access. Our videos are online and that is our primary monthly income, but she's refusing to give me half of that too. She opened up a separate bank account and rerouted all of her accounts to send money there where I have no access. She took our savings and she's taking our monthly income as well. I have no money and no house. She's blocked me, wants nothing to do with me, and wants to live her life with this other guy while she pretends that all of our savings and monthly income is hers to keep. Since the savings account is in her name, and since the monthly income is controlled by her own video sales accounts, I have no way of getting my half. Some things to know. I'm a Dutch citizen. I moved her here to Amsterdam from America, but she also used DAFT since it was easier. I'm married to her legally in the States, and the Netherlands recognizes our marriage as well. We've been able to work some things out, but not our income, which is what I really need right now. I want to make something clear. I put her through enough stress already by trying to get her back several times. I know she still loves me and I still love her with all my heart, but she doesn't want me anymore and wants to live this new life with her new partner in peace. I have to respect that, but I also need to be able to move on myself now. So please, I'd like to take the least extreme options as possible. I know I can kick this guy out of my house since he's not on the lease, but she's happy with him, and doing that would really hurt her and she needs his support for our breakup. I know I can also take down our videos legally because I perform in them, but that would hurt her financially and she'd have to depend on this new guy and lose her independence, which is the main reason she left me for in the first place. It's important she doesn't lose that, so I only want to take what's fair and what's mine, nothing else, even if I have the legal options for it. Yes, clearly I'm stressed as well and should be thinking of myself, and yes, I have the bad end of the deal being homeless and without savings or monthly income, but I still love her, and I want to prioritize her pain and stress over mine. Please respect that. It's the last thing I can do for her, and it would break my heart even more than it already is. So please, does anyone know what I can do right now? I need money and housing, and I barely speak Dutch. Any help would be appreciated. Wife of 3 years suddenly requested an open relationship. My male 26 wife female 26 sat down with me a couple days ago and said she didn't feel like she had an emotional connection to me anymore. She listed a few reasons for her emotional disconnect. She recognized that our hobbies are different and we have different friend groups. She has no interest in my geeky hobbies, video games, TTRPGs, comics, book, and I have little interest in her hobbies, quilting, crochet, woodworking, going out and drinking with her work buddies. I've been a part of her hobbies on a few occasions, but she said it makes her feel guilty when I do because I clearly am only doing it because I love her and not because I want to be doing those things. She expressed that she was tired of asking me to do things around the house. Whenever my wife asks me to do anything, I almost always do it immediately. When she leaves me a honey-do list, I get it done. But this irritates her because I need to be more proactive. I said we could make a schedule or a daily to-do list, but she adamantly refused, saying we're adults. You need to be able to just look around the house and figure out what needs cleaning without a list or my say-so. She told me that she wants to spend more time just sitting on the couch doing nothing with each other. Whenever she's requested I pause my games and join her, I do so. Again, however, the act of asking me makes her feel upset. That she's pulling me away from what I love to do makes her feel bad. She has a very poor self-body image. I think she's beautiful. I tell her she's beautiful. I tell her she's sexy. I compliment what she does to improve her looks, her clothes, her hair, everything. I recognize when she gets a haircut, when she changes her hair color or nail color. I'm good at spotting when she's trying on a new top or outfit. I'm pretty on top of all of that. However, after 3 years of marriage, she's now telling me that all of my compliments and sexual advances just feel like a chore to her. That she has to stop everything she's doing and focus on me. She said she feels I only compliment her because I'm horny and trying to get into her pants and I'm lying about how she looks to get her clothes off. She'll sometimes say that she believes that I believe she's sexy and beautiful, but that she doesn't see what I see. So all of this has been weighing on her for a while clearly. She's been acting distant for months. She started going out drinking with her friends more. I've always been 100% okay with that. Lately though, she started staying the night at her friends and only coming back at 10 in the morning. Now to top it off, when she sat down with me a couple days ago, she gave me all these reasons she's feeling emotionally disconnected and asked if she could start dating new people. She said she'd be okay if I started doing it as well. Just that we're so different and she no longer feels a connection to me. She did express that she loves me more than anyone else in the world. That she loves how I parent our 2 boys 3 and 1. That she loves who I am and that she always will. She just needs something more on top of our relationship. that she needs to stop focusing on everyone's problems and start focusing on what she needs. We both adamantly stated we wanted a monogamous relationship when we got together. She's always said she doesn't like sharing, so this is especially out of left field. I don't know what to do. I feel like she might be cheating on me and is bringing this up to justify feeling guilty about it. I just need someone to talk to since my family would immediately spread this like wildfire.